crafty chums, it's Nikki here, and I'm coming at you today with the 12 Months of Mermaids challenge from the 12 Months of Mermaids Facebook group, which is a group hosted by myself and Elaine S. And once a month we put out a little challenge for all the people who love to draw and paint mermaids, and so this month the challenge is glitter, and you may have already seen Elaine's mermaid, which was beautiful as always, and she also used a couple of stencils to draw and colour in some fish, which was really interesting. She had a little problem with one of the fishes and showed you how she put that right. So I've used, the normal salmon pink, and then that's a gold and yellow, and I've put green in the tail and blue in the tail, and I've just got a Posca pen there just to highlight a few places, and now I'm just going around with blue to put in the sea. And as you can see, it started to bleed into her arms, and I simply just I may have re-wet it and blot it off. Yeah, I just added a little bit more water and blotted it off, and then went over it again in the salmon pink just to add some more skin tone in. I realised after I'd been doing this for a little while that of course I made her face impossibly small, and so I just left it because hey, she just had big hair. It wasn't that her face was small, it was just that her hair was big. So I used Posca pens here as well, just to give you a better outline, and now I'm using my Tombow markers, and the Tombow markers can be used as watercolour as well, which is exciting, isn't it? All these things that you can use in watercolour. So yeah, and I was just darkening up in little streaks, and then I went with the gold and used the gold as a bit of a highlight in her tail as well. And here's another one, look, this is a Derwent ink tint pencil that I'm just using to draw as a pencil. Da, da, da. I'm not going to activate it by adding water, I'm just using it as a pencil because I didn't intend for this to get wet at any time later on. It may or may not, but you know, hey ho, it's not a masterpiece. So, oh, and here goes my glitter, and for the glitter on mine I'm using the Wink of Stella pen in gold. I just put a little bit round her tail and a little bit round her hair, and I thought that was probably enough. And that's how I left it. The pencil I used is a watercolour pencil as well, so it's a graphite watercolour, and because that helps to add shadow and things as you go along. And I'm using the Tombows to do the eyes and the lips and the cheeks, and I had a little bit of trouble with the face, I have to admit, and it wasn't as nice as I would have hoped for, but it still turned out okay in the end, as most things do, you know, turn out okay in the end. So don't worry too much, just keep playing with it, and eventually you'll either come up with something that satisfies you or it doesn't. But if it doesn't, hey, it's just practice. So I'm going around the edges here. I don't go around all of it in the black Posca. I just sort of like sketch around some of it in black. I didn't want to have a complete sharp out, a complete blocked out outline. So I only did it in places. And here I've got my liquid pearls, and I'm just I decided a little while ago that the liquid pearls would be like my signature of my mermaids, to give them pearls. And so here I am back with them again in the hair, and I do the string of pearls around her body and that, and in the end I also drape them through her fingers for a little effect. Now you may notice that my girl doesn't have certain female anatomical features there, and that's because I decided I like my mermaids to be sleek, and because that's what fish are, they are sleek and flat and aerodynamic, and boobs just aren't, are they? That was my thought on it anyway. If you do join in the challenge, come into the 12 Months of Mermaids Facebook group and show us what you made. We'd appreciate it. See you again soon. Bye.